Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Montana Buck, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the Thanksgiving glam makeup that I'm going to be wearing to my family's Thanksgiving party. My sister and I are actually in charge of cooking green bean casserole for 12. And it's so funny because it's been circulating on the internet. So many people are talking about the fact that they hate green bean casserole. And that's so disappointing to me because it's honestly one of my favorite dishes this time of year. I once brought it to one of my friendsgivings, and I literally set the pan down, turned around for not even 10 minutes, and my friends were like scraping the corners of it out. It was so good to them and they loved it. They said that they actually wish that I would bring two next time. Hopefully everybody loves the green bean casserole again this year. So if you're interested in how I achieved this golden and smoky Thanksgiving makeup look, then just stay tuned. Jumping right into the eye portion of today's video. For our Thanksgiving glam, I really want to go for a bright, radiant golden shimmer on the lid, and around the outer corners and transition areas, I really want to keep it a nice cocoa brown. So we're going to be working with golds and definitely a lot of neutrals here. So let's jump right into today's look. This is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. Sorry, I know this pan here looks really terrible. I had accidentally dug my my long fake nail into the pan of eyeshadow, and I knew that I was going to be showing the palette on camera and I didn't want that eyeshadow to have a huge dig in it. So I picked up a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a paper towel and I tried to press it into the shadow to kind of fix it a little bit, and it's not totally dry yet. It's looking a little funky right now. First color that I'm going in with today is this neutral shade here. This is called Smooth Criminal. Picking it up on my Sigma E40 blending brush. And then just in swirling circular buffing motions, I'm starting at the very outer corner, and then slowly as the product begins to leave the brush, I'm going to drag it closer towards the inner corner. We're going to do a really cool cut crease, I think. Put some gold on those lids. Going to be super festive. I'm so excited. I am bringing those shadows slightly higher and slightly above the crease because we are going to cut the crease with a little bit of concealer and apply lashes later on as well. So that's why I'm just taking this color just a little bit higher than the crease. So all those colors and all those shades are going to be able to be visible through the eyelashes. Now, normally before laying a dark color down like this, I would apply a little bit of a lighter shade to prepare me for this one as a transition, but I really just don't want to have any like orangey warm tone eyeshadows for this look. I really just want to keep it chocolate brown and gold. We went ahead and just skipped that initial transition shade, and I'm just taking my time to blend it so it doesn't begin to look choppy or anything like that. Just really smooth, blown out, and beautiful. Dipping into the palette again, we're going to choose this shade Prowl. This is the one that I had referred to earlier regarding the dent that I made with it in my nail. Switching over to another brush, this is the Sigma E25. I'm going to dip that into that chocolate shade, Prowl, and I'm going to begin layering this on top of Smooth Criminal. Just in patting motions, starting in the outer corner. I'm not blending yet because when I begin blending this shade, I'm going to switch back over to that Sigma E40, which is the brush that we use to apply Smooth Criminal. And then picking back up that Sigma E40 brush, I'm going to begin blending the two together. Really quickly here, I just want to highlight the brow bone. So I'm picking up this palette here by Urban Decay. This is their Naked Basics 2 palette. And inside, I want to choose these two shades here. Just kind of mix them together. And just sweep this right on the arch of the brow bone. Next, I'm going to go in with some concealer. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 18 with a concealer brush, something like this. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this to cut the crease on our eyes to prepare us for that gold eyeshadow that we're going to lay down on our lids. I'm going to look up, get your stamp, and then follow the line of marcation, stopping about a third of a quarter way in. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side as well. Something just like that. So now our eyelids are nice and prepared for the golden shades that we're going to apply on top. I'm going to be dipping into the Riviera Palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills in Norvina. This is what it looks like, and to prepare us for our gold foil shade, I'm going to start with this yellow one here called Cabana, and I'm going to pick it up on the brush that's included in the palette. We're going to use the denser side of the brush. I'm just going to begin pressing that shade right on top of the concealer. And now that we have our concealer set down with a little bit of that shade Cabana, we're dipping back into the Armed and Gorgeous palette on this tapered blending brush. This is the Sigma E45, and I'm just going to run this brush all over this golden shade here. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called Coin. I'm gonna lay this color down by itself first, and if I need a little bit added intensity to the shade, we will go ahead and spritz our brush with some Fix Plus. But just to see without it, let's go ahead and lay this down. You know, really quick before I go any further, which I can already tell this shade's absolutely beautiful. Really quick before we go any further, I'm going to pick up some of my Too Faced Born This Way Loose Ethereal Setting Powder. And I'm going to apply this underneath the eyes just to protect the under eye from any potential fallout that may happen, as I don't want these shades to stain my cheeks. Okay, let's pick up some of that shade Coin and go ahead and continue applying that on the lid. This shade is absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh. Wow. And that was without any Fix Plus. So if you wanted to spritz your brush to add even more intensity, I'm sure that this is just going to pop 10 times harder. Then really quickly going back in with our Sigma E25, I'm going to dip it between Smooth Criminal and Prowl, and we're gonna begin blending the gold in with the brown so we don't have such a harsh line. We're gonna kind of smooth this out and help it fade into each other. Really quick before I go ahead and smoke out the lower lash line, I want to apply some white liner. This is really going to help open the eyes, considering we have so many dark brown eyeshadow shades going on. This is really going to help that. So I'm just going to apply this on the lower waterline. Then going back in with the Sigma E25 brush, we're going to dip back into Smooth Criminal, and I'm just going to begin smoking out that lower lash line, starting in the outer corner and then bringing it pretty close to the very inner corner. I don't think I want to go all the way though. Pretty close. Picking up this really precise baby brush here, I'm going to use these bristles to pick up the darker shade here called Prowl. I'm just going to target this on the very outer corner, really nice and tight up into that lash line. And picking up this jumbo fluffy brush, we're just going to wipe away all of that translucent powder. Picking up this black eyeliner pencil now from NYX. Any black eye pencil will do. I'm just going to really quickly run this on the upper waterline on both of the eyes. Next, I'm picking up this felt tip liquid black eyeliner. I'm just going to apply some wings. Time to pump up these lashes with a little bit of my NARS Climax Mascara. I know I've said this in a couple previous videos, but this mascara is my favorite to wear with false lashes. Now that we have our liner and our mascara applied, we can go ahead in with some false lashes. The ones that we're going to be using today are these ones here. These are by Allure, and they're in the style Opulent. Something that I think is really cool about these Allure 3-pack of lashes is they do come with 2 lash adhesives. So that to me is really, really nice. I'm really just never running out of lash glue. It's incredible. So I had a hair in my mouth. So really quickly off camera, I'm going to apply some glue and let it get tacky for a couple minutes, and then we will go ahead and apply our eyelashes. Beautiful. I love these lashes so much. These are like my go-to eyelash for any look I'm doing. These lashes are perfect for every occasion. Really quick, I'm going to pick back up that felt tipped eyeliner, and I'm just going to run over the lash band really quick to cover up any glue that might be peeking through. I did already go ahead and do my base before we started today's look, but I do want to go over with my highlight a little bit more, as I do feel that I lost the pop and the intensity. So picking back up my highlighter, this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. I'm only going to be going in with a little bit of clear gloss since it is Thanksgiving and we're going to be stuffing our faces every hour and a half for the next day, probably 2 days because of all those leftovers in the fridge. I'm only going to use clear gloss because I don't want to be reapplying my lipstick over and over and over and over every time I eat more food. And this just gives you a really hydrated, healthy, juicy looking lip. Super simple. I love it. I guess the only thing that we would have to do left for today's video is pick up our MAC Fix Plus and set the whole face. Just going to take that Real Techniques beauty sponge and very lightly dab over all of the Fix Plus. Alrighty guys, that is our Thanksgiving glam finished and completed. I really hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me in today's video, and I also hope that this video inspired you to get creative and do a Thanksgiving glam for yourself. So go ahead and leave me a comment telling me 3 things that you are thankful for. Without further ado guys, that is today's video. Have a very happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!